What's good? What's good, y'all? It's the Black Horseman back with another live stream. Shout out to the UGC, that's the underground community. Shout out to TrueMedia, that's everybody that keeps it 100, staying true to who they are and doing their part in this media. Man, every so often, man, I'm gonna probably start doing this, man. I consider myself a boxing analyst slash critic, and I'm gonna start just analyzing these fights before they happen. Do a breakdown, keys to victory, that type of thing, man. And you guys are welcome to give your own input, so on and so forth, man. But we got Deontay Wilder versus Dominic Breazeale scheduled to go down in May. You know what, man? I did a live stream last night, and I talked about the Jared Hurd versus Julian J. Rock, and also Canelo Alvarez versus Danny Jacobs. All of those fights are in May, but I didn't even realize this fight is in May as well. May is looking great. May is a good month for boxing, man. May 18th, Deontay Wilder versus Dominic Breazeale is going down. This is not the fight that I initially wanted to see firsthand. Of course, true boxing fans wanted to see the best versus the best, and the best in the heavyweight division. It's only two. It's only two guys. It's Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua. Now you can throw Tyson Fury in the equation there because he fought to a draw with Deontay Wilder, but he is not a champion. He's not a champion, and Deontay Wilder is still undefeated. Anthony Joshua is still undefeated. But like I stated, this isn't a fight that I actually initially wanted to see, but nonetheless, I'm going to watch it. It's not on pay-per-view. It's a fight that if you got cable, you got Showtime, you can just tune in and watch a heavyweight fight. So taking all the emotion out of it, the disappointment, and me being disgruntled that I can't see the best fight the best right now. When I look at this matchup, pretty decent fight. You could say this is not like this fight was not it was a relatively easy fight to make because you got one guy who's the mandatory. He's been wanting to fight. It wasn't like he was ducking or dodging. Deontay Wilder was trying to probably put this fight off for a while, I believe. I'm not sure if he got step aside money or something like that in the past. I don't know. But the fight is here. The fight is here. Dominic Breazeale has been talking a lot of shit about Deontay Wilder, talking about his family or something like that, and making up, according to Deontay Wilder, he's been making up stories about what went down, their little altercation when he got stretched by Marcellus Wilder. I don't know all the deep particulars on that. But what I'll say is that looking at it, sizing these guys up, Deontay Wilder, he is an orthodox, of course. He's 6'7" with an 83-inch wingspan, reach advantage. Dominic Breazeale, he is 6'7" as well with the 81.5-inch reach. So it's not too much difference when you're talking about height and reach advantage. Just a 2-inch reach advantage for Deontay Wilder. However, the size advantage definitely goes to Dominic Breazeale. I'm going to just, make a guess. He's probably going to come into the fight about maybe somewhere around probably 250, 260. I imagine that. What's up, Trav? I imagine that Dominic Breazeale wants to come in there clearly as the bigger guy and use his strength, and hope that that's going to be an advantage for him. Of course, many people believe Deontay Wilder is the heavy favorite to defeat Dominic Breazeale, but we just got to see what's going to happen. We got to see what's going to happen in the fight. It's just, when you look at the press conference, it already looks like an L. It already looks like Dominic Breazeale took an L. Him and Virgil Hunter, they both look nervous, afraid for their damn life, look like. But Deontay Wilder, he thrives off that. Like it just like he has to try to intimidate you. I don't too much care for all that intimidation tactics. Like that's why I put a lot of pressure on guys like Deontay Wilder Errol Spence, these guys that call themselves boogeymans or baddest men on the planet and most feared and all that. I'm just like, okay, man, look, all of y'all in the hurt business, everybody here to fight. So um me, I'm not impressed by a nigga who act like they just the most intimidating character out here. That don't impress me at all. It's about who are you fighting, and are you daring to be great? Are you taking risk? But if you're not taking the biggest risk, then I'm just looking at you like you're just trying to. You sound like a bully. You sound like a fraud. You're not just fighting the best competition. So, however, the fact is, where as far as him, Trez says, I hope Brazil knocks his ass out. It could happen. That's why I want to do the keys to victory, break this down because it could very well happen, man. It's a heavyweight division. One punch, man, can end the whole fight, you know. And we got to be honest, Deontay Wilder did not look good in his last fight. Tyson Fury was probably the tallest opponent he ever fought. The heaviest opponent he probably ever fought. Well, probably not heaviest, but up there though. You know what I'm saying? And he just people thought he got exposed, but Deontay Wilder is who he is. He's not the most skilled guy. He's very, very awkward. He swings wild. He loads up on a lot of punches and things like that. And he's going to be going into this fight very emotional. It's a lot of bad blood between him and Dominic Breazeale. Dominic Breazeale is this is what he wanted. So now he got it. And Deontay Wilder, he's talking shit like, they're going to need to make funeral arrangements for this dude, so on and so forth. And he's saying that he hasn't been this amped up for a fight since Breazeale Stavern. And we saw what happened to Breazeale Stavern. But anyhow, I'm gonna get a keys of victory, man. For Deontay Wilder has to use his reach advantage. Control the outside. Control the distance. Don't allow Dominic Breazeale to get on the inside. I think that's what Dominic Breazeale game plan is to probably do is, he's hoping that he can get on the inside, get beyond that jab, and work his way on the inside and maybe land some shots downstairs and then go upstairs. Deontay Wilder, he gonna have to be smart. I know this guy thrives off just landing that one big right hand, but I hope he's working on other stuff, man, because if that right hand does not land, you got to have something else that you can, fall back on, resort to, other than just one punch. And that's why Tyson Fury has so much success, is because Deontay Wilder is always looking. Everybody knows what weapon. If everybody knows what weapon you got, then it's like, well, that's what they expected. You know what I'm saying? If somebody know this nigga got a Glock, they just like, oh shit, well, this nigga got he bringing a Glock. But then if you come out of the blue and hit through a grenade, you're like, shit, nigga, I didn't know this nigga had grenades. God damn. So I mean, he got to have something else in his arsenal other than just that right hand. And he don't, I mean, add some feints or something like that. Like, stop loading up. Like, you telegraphing your shit. Niggas can know when you getting ready to throw the punch. We can see it from, Louisiana that you getting ready to throw that right hand. 40 landing Cali. So Deontay Wilder got to be very, very smart. Control the space between him and Dominic Breazeale. Don't be swinging wild, because Dominic Breazeale is he's a heavy-handed guy. I think he's a big puncher. Let me see how many knockouts Breazeale got. Breazeale got 20 wins, 18 knockouts. So I mean, this guy has knocked out pretty much almost every opponent except for the guy he lost to, which is AJ. And he went the distance with a guy named Nagy Aguilera. And that was probably like in his 10th fight or something like that. Yeah, like in his 10th fight. So other than that, he's knocked everybody else out. These guys are both enrolled in VADA. So we're talking about clean athletes, guys who just got natural power. And it's going to be up to Deontay Wilder to be smart in there in order for him to remain, an undefeated WBC champion of the world. So yeah, that's my advice for that's keys to victory. I feel for Deontay Wilder, man. Like, be smart. Of course, I mean, it's like, don't just look for the right hand. Set it up with the jab. Set it up with the jab, um, double it up, maybe even triple it up if you need to. Um, Deontay Wilder I think has a decent uppercut too. With the right hand, like when he throws it, I seen him landed on Luis Ortiz. So you got to mix it up. You throw the overhand right, the straight right, throw the right uppy. You know, um, jab and then hook off the jab, and then throw combinations. He don't throw enough combinations, and then when he throw combinations, them shits be wild. You know, and a lot of niggas can avoid them shots. Like I remember when he fought Gerald Washington. Yeah, he had Gerald Washington hurt, but he was swinging so damn wild. Washington was able to weave a lot of that shit because he was just swinging wild and shit. And I mean, I heard that's how Marcellus Wilder, his brother, got knocked out. He had a guy hurt, and that's another thing. Like when you get your opponent hurt, don't be wild, nigga. Just stay focused, keep under control. Don't be swinging wild because you can get caught in the midst of trying to finish your opponent off. So that's my advice for Deontay Wilder. Don't make the mistake your brother did. Your brother had an opponent hurt, and then he went in there and got caught. He got caught trying to finish off his opponent instead of just actually taking his time and really waiting for the opening. So I think Deontay Wilder, I'm sure he's going to hurt Breazeale probably in the fight. If he does get him hurt, man, be smart. Don't swing wild and shit and get your ass knocked out trying to knock him out. So that's my keys to victory for Deontay. Dominic Breazeale, on the other hand, like I said, they about the same height. Him and Deontay Wilder, 6'7". I mean, these are big guys. He got 81.5-inch reach. Both of them orthodox. This guy has 18 knockouts and 20 wins, with only one loss coming to AJ, where he was knocked out. So this is a leftover of AJ. Wilder got to definitely get past this opponent right here and look impressive doing it. He can't go the distance with this guy and shit like that because it's just not a good look. It's not a good look because people are going to be comparing his performance with Breazeale to AJ's performance versus Breazeale. And of course, I'm sure he wants to outdo that. And I've seen opponents in the past try to outdo somebody else, what somebody else did, and they look terrible. Jermell Charlo tried to do that shit versus Tony Harrison and Trout, and he looked terrible both of those fights. He looked bad in the Trout fight, which he grazed by and won, and then he fucking lost to Tony Harrison, all because he thinking about how somebody else looked versus that opponent, and you trying to outdo that. No, just stick to your game plan, do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? But I think that Dominic Breazeale, he's a tough competitor. His only loss came to the unified heavyweight champion, so he's only lost to a champ. He ain't losing to nobody else, and he's fought whoever he needed to fight to get himself to that WBC mandatory spot. Only other names I really see that I recognize on his resume is Amir Mansour, who he knocked out in 5 rounds. Eric Molina, and then the guy he fought in his last fight. I don't know too much about him at all, but he got him out of there. It was a brutal knockout. So one thing about Dominic Breazeale, keys to victory for him, man, defense. He gonna need his defense. In his last opponent that he fought, he was getting hit too much. He was getting hit too much, and I mean that's probably why he got knocked out by Joshua. He don't have no defense. I think Wilder has a better defense than Breazeale, even though I don't think it's great. But Breazeale, I don't think really has good defense at all. He relies on his size, his his toughness, and just coming forward and being able to eat punches to land his. What up, Sam? Say you didn't get a notification? Maybe they hating this morning, man. It's too early. The notifications is still asleep. I'm the only one up. But this guy Breazeale, man, he got to be sharp on his D. Virgil Hunter, that's got to be the game plan for Breazeale. Head movement. You know what I mean? Head movement, because Wilder is going to jab. I expect Wilder to jab, and you got to have head movement. And that's why a lot of people, man, lose fights because they don't have head movement, man. They just eating jabs. They walking into shit. I seen a fight. What was it? Like not this Friday. Friday before last, where Tevin Farmer was fighting this Irish guy, and I was so impressed with the guy's head movement, even though he lost. But he was a close fight, and he made the fight closer than what it really probably would have been if he didn't have head movement. But his head movement was so great. Um, Farmer was trying to jab and throw shots. His head movement was on point. And I don't see a lot of fighters, man, move their head enough no more. Breazeale better move his motherfucking head. You know what I mean? Or his head is gonna be, you know what I'm saying, laying on that canvas. You know what I mean? Because Wilder's coming in there to hurt him. He's coming in there to hurt him bad. So you don't want to allow your emotions to take over and let your anger and everything that Wilder's been saying that you gonna need funeral arrangements and all this stuff. Like Wilder mean what he say. He's really trying to kill you in that ring. So take that man serious, but take your defense serious. Work on that shit because this guy is flat-footed. Yes, he has a lot of power, but he comes forward, not moving his head. He eats shots just to land a shot, and you don't want to eat no shots from Wilder. You don't. Wilder even showed that he can probably affect you with the left hook. I seen him drop Joshua with a left hook, even though I don't feel like his left hook is really as effective as right hand. But still, it could, that left hook could set up the right hand. You know what I mean? So you don't even want to get hit with none of that shit. Breazeale need to move his head, try to get on the inside, pound away at Wilder's body, man. Throw uppies on the inside, hooks, everything. Break Wilder down. Don't try to get him out of there early or nothing like that. Make Wilder miss. We know Wilder can get tired. Because he loads up on a lot of shots. So be expecting Wilder to load up on his shots, trying to hit you with that knockout punch. But we seen Fury had head movement. So when Wilder was missing all that heavy shit, now the nigga Wilder breathing heavy. He was getting tired. So this is why he couldn't finish off Fury in the 12th. He had nothing left. He had emptied out the tank. So, if I'm Breazeale, I'm taking this into deep water, man. Use your defense to get you into them mid to late rounds, man. Don't go in there looking for early KO because you're going to get KO'd. I think Wilder is more dangerous in these early rounds in this fight than Breazeale is. Breazeale, I don't think really starts getting his punches off until like maybe, third, fourth round, where he's really starting to get into his groove. Wilder's already, in his groove. He's already, amped up, fiery, ready to let them shits go. Trav says Breazeale needs to win this fight. He can't let his wife and kids see him get KO'd by this guy after the hotel incident. I mean, yeah, man. That'd be devastating for them to see him twice get stretched. And then it's not like people in the hotels watching this, nigga. Everybody in the world is watching you get stretched. So, this is the heavyweight division, though. So, all it takes is come up with a proper game plan, and put yourself in the best position to be victorious. But I don't think that Breazeale need to be trying to get him out of there early. Yes, he got power. He got 18 knockouts on 20 wins. But no, man, don't try to go in there looking for the KO. Move your motherfucking head. Move your head. Make Wilder miss and start going to the body. Invest in the body early, to slow Wilder down. And that way you taking the air out of this man. Like, Wilder, if you making Wilder miss and you breaking him, throwing them shots down to the body, then you could take control mid to late rounds and possibly get the knockout. So my prediction is in this fight, if Dominic Breazeale does not come on his D and he's coming in there emotional, trying to get back, thinking about the incident and all of that stuff, he's gonna get knocked out early. But if he can come in there, maintain his composure like he did in the press conference, I think he was a little fearful, nervous and shit. But if he can maintain his composure and just keep his control and execute the game plan, move his head, make Wilder miss these shots, the big shots. Take control in the middle of the fight. Fifth, sixth round. Start really, really walking Wilder down. Moving your head still, working your way on the inside, avoiding the big right hand. You know, um, a lot of people feel like he's a one-trick pony. So look, make Wilder beat you with the left. Take away Wilder's right, make him have to use the left. That's what Fury did. That's what Fury did. He took away the right hand. Wilder was like a confused kid in there. He didn't know what to do. You know. Trav says Wilder's going to go for the first round KO. Going to put money on that, and Breazeale by KO. Says going to put money on that and Breazeale by KO. So who you feeling going to win? Because you said Wilder's going to go for the first round KO, but you said you're going to put money on that. Are you picking Breazeale by KO? Wow. Well, hey, I'm not going to bet against Wilder. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely not going to bet against Wilder. Because I don't know if Breazeale, I think Breazeale going to be he going to be nervous, man. I think once he see Wilder in front of him, man, fully ready to go, once that mask come off, it's a wrap. It's a wrap, I mean, he got a chance to win, though. He still has a good chance to win. But I tell you, for Wilder's sake, he don't want to let this shit go into the mid to late rounds. He don't want to let this shit go to mid to late rounds. It's not going to be good for him, because I think that by that time, he would have missed a whole lot of punches. And he would have been fading. And I felt like Breazeale can maintain a good, you know what I'm saying? A good pace. But he's flat-footed. So, I think that if he falls, he's going to fall hard. And he's not going to get up. You know what I mean? If he get caught clean with that right hand, and then we're talking about a guy. I mean, I got to give credit to Wilder. Like, he fought a guy in Fury who had good defense. Good defense. He moved his head. I mean, his defense was great in that fight. So you fought a guy who had great defense, and you were still able to drop him twice. Almost knocked him out. Breazeale has, like, none defense, nigga. His defense is garbage. So, I mean, I got to go 80-20 Wilder's way just for that fact alone. Because Breazeale does not have good defense, man. Fury has success because of his defense. Defense was the main game plan. Make a miss, outpoint him, take him to the deep waters, and start loading, letting your hands go more in the mid to late rounds. So I just can't see Breazeale avoiding that right hand. I think he gonna make a mistake in there. When he make that mistake, it's gonna be good night. It's gonna be good night time. Breazeale got a shot, but it's just he gotta be damn near perfect in there. You gotta have a perfect fight. He can't make no mistakes. And he can't fight on his back foot. That ain't gonna get it done. I don't think I've ever seen Breazeale fight like that. If he did fight like that, I'm sure he lost. Somebody probably put him on his back foot and he got stretched, and that was AJ. So Dominic Breazeale, man, be smart, man. Move your head. Try to get in on the inside. Tie him up. When Wilder try to get them shots off, cut the ring off good. Push Wilder to the ropes, man. Push Wilder to the ropes. Just don't come charging in like that nigga Spilker did. You be spilt all over the canvas. Don't do that. Move your head, feint, foot feints, whatever you got to do, man, to throw off Wilder's rhythm. Because Wilder can get hit too. You know what I'm saying? You just got to be smart. And then it's like, y'all the same height. Y'all the same height. Not that much difference in reach. I think it's just 2 inches as far as the reach difference. 83 versus 81 inch reach. So that's my keys to victory for them guys, man. Dominic Breazeale, take it in the deep rounds, move your head, go down to the body, you know, cut off the ring, push him back to the ropes, you know, but not throwing a whole bunch of punches that's, you know, wild and shit and going in there and being emotional. Like, keep your composure, man. You don't want to get stretched again in front of your kid, your wife and kids, man. You know what I mean? You don't want that. You do not want that. As for Wilder, be Wilder, but don't be wild. You know what I'm saying? Don't be wild. You don't want to end up like your bro. That's the thing about it. He don't want to end up like Marcellus, because that's is a very good chance that can happen. That he gonna get Breazeale hurt, and he gonna go in there swinging wild, looking for the kill, and he can get caught. He can get caught. He may not be able to recover. Them legs might be like, nope. You know. Trav says it's an odd play. An odds play. William Hill has odds posted. Breazeale by KO is plus 700. Wilder in round one is plus 1400. If I put 50 on both, I'd win 350 if Breazeale got the KO. If Wilder wins in round one, I win 700. Damn. Man, I got to get into that. Yeah, I got to get into that for sure. Trav says, my heart wants Breazeale to win because of the hotel incident and Wilder preventing undisputed. My head says Wilder because of the speed and power. Breazeale is slow. Breazeale is slow. Like I say, he's flat-footed. He don't move his head. And he don't really get his punches off from what I've seen. I mean, he don't really get his punches off to, like, you know, fourth, fifth round, where he really starting to, you know, control the tempo, you know, and control the real estate. But I just feel like Wilder, man, he's dangerous for every round. Every round, Wilder's dangerous, especially in them early rounds. I think if Wilder's gonna get the win, it's gonna come early. It's gonna come early. What's up? What's Blazing Sports? He says Wilder destroys Breazeale. Come forward with no head movement. I was just saying that. Keys to victory for Breazeale: move your motherfucking head. Make Wilder miss. Take away his right hand. Go down to the body. You know, make Wilder uncomfortable, but be smart. You know, because like I say, Wilder had success against Fury, who had great defense in that fight. If you could knock a nigga down twice who had great defense in that fight, what the hell Breazeale think he gonna do? As I say, Virgil Hunter got his hands full, man, these next few months, bro. With Khan is gonna need elite, you know, perfect defense. Breazeale's gonna need perfect defense for all 12 rounds. All 12. So he's gotta try to coach two guys who's not elite when it comes to defense. Yeah, man. I don't even know how long Breazeale has been with Virgil Hunter. He like that rental trainer or something. Rent a trainer. Like, some niggas rent him for certain fights or whatever. I don't know. I don't really know. Trav says Breazeale has to keep that left hand up and constantly move to his right. I mean, yeah. Or it's good night. Make Wilder beat you with the left hand. You know? And if that nigga miss with them wild shits, bro, make that nigga pay. Like, Breazeale don't need to be headhunting early. He need to go down to the body. Break Wilder down. You know, that's what Fury was doing. Fury was making Wilder miss. He was going mostly upstairs. He was going downstairs too, man. You got to get Wilder tired. Yeah, you got to. Even when he's tired, he can still hurt you, though. That's the thing about Wilder. He could be tired and still knock you out. But, you know, being that the difference between, like, say, this fight and then the Fury fight, Breazeale is going to come forward. Like I said, he got to move his head or he don't have no shot. But if he can move his head, you know, coming forward, see, he going to use his size in the fight. Fury wasn't really using his size. He was, you know, fighting on the outside, just boxing. You know, Breazeale is going to try to, low-key bully Wilder. I think he's going to try to bully Wilder, you know, but he got to do it in a smart way. You know, like Spence does that. He's smart with it. Like he could bully his opponents, but he does it in a smart way. He didn't do that against Mikey. You know, he didn't do that against Mikey. But against his other opponents, he would come forward in a very smart way, cut the ring off, and just control the action. You know, make you very uncomfortable, put a lot of pressure on you. He got to put a lot of pressure on Wilder. You don't want Wilder to come forward on you. You do not want to be. I mean, hell no, hell no. You do not want Wilder to be the one coming forward, throwing them shots. You know, when you in a high guard, the high guard you can get hurt. You could have both of your hands up in a high guard, covering your face, and that nigga can hit you on the side of your glove, and you can go down. You know, like Wilder has to completely miss you. Like you want Wilder to hit air, not your glove, nothing. The nigga has freakish power. If I'm in there, I'm like, nigga, I don't even want this nigga touching me, bro. You know, that's real defense when you move your whole body out the way. But I think we're still too slow. But the key is head movement. Head movement. It's easier for him to move his head than for him to move his whole body. So if he can move his fucking head, he gonna get Wilder some problems. And then when he gives Wilder problems by moving his head, he got to go to the body. I'm telling you, man, that dude that Tevin Farmer fought, that shit was beautiful. That shit was beautiful. Tevin Farmer made adjustments and got him, you know, got the victory. But that motherfucker was moving his head, and when Farmer was missing, he was countering that nigga down to the body. That's what Breazeale need to do. Move your head when Wilder missed them wild shits, go down to the body. You know, go down to the body. Push that nigga back to the ropes. Move your head constantly. Make a miss, go down to the body. Do that for like the first 3 rounds. Make it to where Wilder can't, you know, you slow his speed down. When you vest into the body, nigga ain't moving that much no more. Mid rounds, them niggas is standing still. Allura and Hurd was fighting the same fight after like, what, 5, 6 rounds. Because Hurd was going down to the body. So it's a very tall task for him to accomplish, but it's possible. It's possible. Wilder got to be smart. Use his jab. Don't load up on your shit. Every, you know what I mean? Wilder got, I mean, you got crazy power, Wilder. All you got to do, man, keep firing the jab. Like how he came out against the Vern. That nigga came out firing that jab. Firing. Like, fire that jab immediately. You know? Let Breazeale know, like, bruh, you're going to have to come through this motherfucking, you know what I'm saying, this steel jab. And then I'm going to fucking lay that bomb, that right hand explosive bomb if you try to get past it. But Wilder should definitely double up the jab, triple it even if you need to, you know. And if Breazeale got a good chin where he's able to take some of the shot, you better go down to the body. Wilder went to the body early on Fury, but he didn't go enough. When you got a guy that's bigger than you, you got to go to the body. But even the bigger guy who got a littler guy who relies on speed, you know, go down to his body as well. Both of these guys need to go down to the body. But early on, Wilder could, you know what I'm saying, he can hit you just on the top of your forehead and you done. And you done. So early on, if I don't see Breazeale moving his head, I already know the fight is over. I know the fight is over. First round is gonna let me know how the fight gonna go. If Wilder come out firing the jab, I'm like, okay. That's what I expected. If Breazeale come out not moving his head, the fight is over. The fight is over. If he start eating jabs right away in the first, I already know he's not gonna make it, bro. It's gonna be an early night. I don't think that he's gonna be able to just eat a whole bunch of shots from Wilder, man. You know, Wilder gonna come in there too aggressive, man. He coming in there too aggressive, you know. But he got to be smart. And like I said, my only concern about Wilder, like, cause I think Wilder's gonna get him out of there early. But my only concern is that when Wilder get him hurt, that he don't get wild and get caught like his brother Marcellus got caught. You know, them niggas can get niggas hurt. They can get dudes in trouble, but it's about actually still being smart after you get your opponent hurt. Don't swing wild. you might just get counted. One of them shots might get him, you know what I'm saying, in between them shots you throwing. And it could be good nighttime, you know. Samuel Shaw says, I think this is the first fight of them working together, but I could be wrong. Yeah, I don't know if he's been working with Virgil or not. That should be, I don't really like seeing that when guys just, they get in the biggest fight of their life and then they all of a sudden just go after this trainer that think that's going to help them in one training camp. Like, bruh, you better stick to what got you there. Trav says Breazeale is tough. He can take a punch. I've seen him come back in fights a few times. He's got heart. He ain't never been hit by Deontay though. I'm sure. I guarantee you ain't ever felt like what Deontay got. Yeah, we could critique Deontay Wilder, the shit he done in the hotel. We critique about what happened in the Fury fight and him being wild, and people say he's fighting like a girl, swinging wild and shit. Hey, one of them wild shits graze your forehead. Yeah, you see what's up. You'll see. I think he got heart. I mean, I think if he get dropped, he gonna try to get up. But I just think like, man, Wilder got too much power, bro. He don't want to get hit by nothing. He don't want to get hit by none of that shit. You know, because if he go down, bro, Wilder's gonna come at him blazing. He gonna be ripping them shots at him after that. That'll probably be his best chance though. Like if he get dropped and he get back up, try to catch Wilder coming in wild because you know he gonna come. Y'all seen how he came after Stavern? If Stavern was smart when Wilder kind of just ran up to him and like he just ran right in front of his face. And Breazeale just, Stavern just he was just in the high guard, like, you know, waiting for the next shot to come. So I'll be impressed if Breazeale can get up after getting dropped. If he can get up, I mean, because opponents of guys have gotten up. That's one thing about it. Wilder, he's knocked some guys down, but these guys do get up. Some of them, they do. So, does he have one punch knockout power? Yeah, but does he knock out everybody with one punch? No, he don't. Fury got off the canvas. Stavern got off the canvas. You know, he had to get dropped 3 times. Gerald Washington got off the canvas. Guys have gotten off the canvas. They said that's important when you got to pay attention to, like, is niggas getting knocked out and they just not getting up, or they actually getting dropped and then they getting up and then they get dropped again and they might get back up. You know, so I think he has like a dizzy type power. Like you get hit, nigga, you dizzy. You got to go down because if you don't go down, shit, nigga, you gonna be in a concussion. You know, your brain is, you know what I'm saying, shaking around up in there. So you got to regroup, take a knee. You know, he got enough power to put you on your ass for sure. But to knock you full out where your legs damn near paralyzed, like you just, niggas got to like lay on your chest and just like, wave their hand in the air. Like, I ain't really seen Wilder with them too many of them knockouts, Ortiz got off the canvas and even fought hard in the next couple rounds. Even almost got Wilder up out of there. So Breazeale could possibly get up. It might be able to recover. And his chance might be right when Wilder is trying to finish him off. And he may not even, Wilder might think like, oh, I got this one. And Breazeale might just be like, no, I was just, yeah, you buzzed me. I had to take a knee. Yeah, you put me down, but I'm not hurt, yeah, you rocked me, but I'm not that hurt. I can see you coming in. I'm still playing it to where I can land a good shot and you're gonna feel it. So we got to see, man. Definitely got to see. Once again, man, May is looking great. May is looking great. The first week of May, of course, Cinco de Mayo, we got Canelo, Danny Jacobs. The following week, we got Jarrett Hurd, Julian J. Rock Williams. You know, along with we got some Matt Korobov returning on the undercard of that versus Emmanuel Alim, and also Mario Barrios versus Juan Jose Velasco. The opponent, his only on loss came to Regis Prograis. So that's a good card. Shout out to PBC for putting that one on. And then the following week after that, Showtime. Deontay Wilder, Dominic Breazeale. So May is looking fantastic. I'm looking forward to May. So yeah, man, y'all mark your calendars, man. You know, every weekend in May, the first 3 weeks in May, it's fights, man. It's fire. I don't know what fights we might, what fights we're gonna have to close out the month of May for that last weekend. We got to see. Definitely got to see, man. But I'm definitely, looking forward to these fights in May. May is action packed. So that's really all I got, man. The ones that's catching the playback, man, y'all leave a comment below. Let me know who you picking in the fight. You can actually give your breakdown, keys to victory if you want. Do y'all give Breazeale any chance? Like, what's your percentage? Like, I got about 80-20, man. I think Wilder's heavy favorite to win. I just don't see Breazeale in one fight adopting head movement and being able to not eat punches for, you know what I'm saying, these earlier rounds. The earlier rounds are going to be very, very critical for him. Like I stated, Breazeale got to get beyond the first 4 rounds. You got to get beyond the first 4 rounds. You got to go to the body. You got to try to break Deontay Wilder down. You got to take away the right hand. If not, your wife and your kids is going to see you stressed out again, but this time in front of the world. And then I think it'll be it for you, man. I don't know if you'll be able to come back from that. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be too much, man, on your heart. So be smart, Breazeale. Do the best you can do. Wilder, be smart as well. Don't let your emotions get the best of you. Wilder's coming in there super angry. He's saying that he ain't been this upset since the Bermane Stavern fight. Samuel said 100-0 chance. So some people not even giving Breazeale any shot. Like I said, I'm trying to give him something. I said 80-20. I'm trying to give Breazeale a chance. What's Blazing Sports says 80-20 is good. So it's like, I mean, I'm trying to give him some type of a chance because it's a chance. We've seen Wilder's weaknesses. But even with his weaknesses, the nigga is still one of the most dangerous heavyweights we've ever seen. So he's scary. That's a scary thing. Even with all your flaws and not being the most skilled in your division, and he's all. I mean, and Wilder has proved to have a chin. He's proved to have a chin. So that's another key thing I didn't say. Actually, Wilder did hit the canvas early on. Yeah, my cousin dropped him, man, back in the day. But hey, that's in the past. But Breazeale's is more recent. Breazeale's is more recent. And that came to AJ. And hopefully Wilder does not allow himself to fall into the same trap that Jamel fell into, which was trying to outdo your arch nemesis, the other champion in your division, trying to look better against his leftover. Just execute your game plan. Be smart. Hopefully Wilder learned a lot from that Fury fight. I think there's a lot that he can take from that fight to make him better. Samuel Shaw said the heavyweight that Ronnie Shields has beats Breazeale easy, I think. Who's the heavyweight he has? Ronnie Shields is the one that trains Jamal, right? I think that's the only person I knew that he trained. Him and does he train Danny Jacobs too? I can't remember. I can't remember. But shit, Breazeale being trained by Virgil Hunter, and I don't know if that's good because he couldn't help Khan. He couldn't help Khan against Canelo with the defense, and he got a Khan again. Like I say, this is gonna be a rough couple months for Virgil. Rough couple months for Virgil, man. He got Khan facing Crawford, and then he got Breazeale facing Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder. Boy, boy, boy. Oh, Ife. Shit. Ife on the rise, man. Ife on the rise, man. I like Ife. Yeah, Ife Jogma. Yeah, I might do a video on him sometime next week. I don't know how far out he is from possibly, title shot and being ranked. Let me check real quick while I'm still on live. See if he's ranked top 15 in any sanctioning body or anything. He's still got like what 7, 8 fights, I think. That's it. Yeah, he stretched my sewer. Yeah, Ife got a ways to go. He's not even ranked top 15 in any sanctioning body yet. That's the same thing with like he's one of them guys like you just know, man. He has like a promising career. Like he looked like he could really just make some noise in the next few years or something like that. But he got a ways to go. He not even ranked top 15 in no sanctioning body. He kind of reminds me of like how Jaron Ennis, and I'm gonna probably do a live stream on him, a video on him. I was gonna address his statements on Errol Spence. You see, I don't even think Jaron Ennis is ranked top 15. Yeah, he's not even ranked top 15 in no sanctioning body either. So it's another guy who's just like, man, when this guy get up there and start competing with the top, elites and stuff, how's he gonna do? Based on what we see from these guys in the ring, you just look at them like, man, these guys look like they could possibly compete with the best. You know what I'm saying? But you just never know. It's levels to the shit. So yeah, two good prospects, man. Ife Jagwa, Jaron Ennis, some guys out there, man. I'm more focused on them guys, man. Hopefully they come with a different mentality, man. Because I don't like these guys, man. That's already at the top now. It's all about money. These guys don't want to fight each other. They don't want to unify. They don't want to, make sacrifices to get the fans the best fights. Hopefully these other guys like Ife's, the Jaron Enis's, the Chris Colberts, the Joey Spencers, and Shakur Stevensons, and guys like that will come up and just bring that throwback mentality back. Like, man, look, whoever want to fight, I don't care where it is. I'll take whatever I got to take right now. I'm gonna stay active. I'm gonna get these paychecks, but I'm gonna fight the best competition. I want to make enough noise so that everybody know who I am in my in my weight class. I want to dominate my sanctioning body. I want to dominate my division. I want to clean out the division, and then I want to go up in weight. And I want to challenge the best there. I don't want to see these guys following out the blueprint of these guys that's already at the top now. I'm not impressed with none of these guys like that. Be honest. I have to put up with this shit because this is who we have at the top of the business right now. I'm not impressed with the welterweight division. I'm not too much impressed with the heavyweight division. I'm not. I'm not. Like somebody said the other day, I might have to just start paying attention to like the lower weight classes. Seem like these guys has got more heart than these other dudes talking this business shit. Talking about they loyal to this guy or this network or this manager is controlling their career. It's just like, come on, man. I don't have time for all that. Like, fine, since y'all can't figure it out, let me just watch somebody else then. Not give y'all my attention or my money. I'm pretty much I'm 1 foot in, 1 foot out, really. I'm losing my patience with these motherfuckers, man. Senator says Mansour was giving Breazeale problems before he stopped him. If Oh, okay. Well, that's what I'm saying. Breazeale always has problems in the early rounds. That's why this is not a good matchup for him. That's why I gave him just that 20, the 80-20, because I feel like straight up Deontay Wilder is the most, he's going to be fucking, he'll get him out of there early. Like, that's really my prediction is Deontay Wilder will stretch Breazeale early. Early. I feel like Breazeale's game plan is, nigga, for the first rounds, survive the first 3 to 4 rounds, survive the first 4 rounds. Move your head, go to the body, try to slow Wilder down. Then start executing the game plan. Cutting off the ring. Continuously going to the body. Fury didn't go to the body enough, I don't think. But Breazeale's gonna be more flat-footed and coming forward using his size. Fury was just boxing. Fury wasn't really using his size. Trav says, do a vid on that, bro, or a live stream. Loyalty. Yeah, I might have to, bro. I definitely might have to, man. It's a lot that we can build when it comes to that. So I'll probably do one in a few. I gotta handle some on my other channel, and then I'll come back to this one, man. So appreciate y'all that tuned in. Y'all hit the thumbs up once catching the playback. And y'all let me know y'all thoughts on this particular video, man. And y'all thoughts on Wilder and Breazeale going down, man, in May. So that's really all I got, man. I'll catch you on the next one. It's the Black Horseman.